guys, welcome back. I rarely get the chance that I have pens right here and I haven't sent them out to the Nibsmith to have the nibs done. So I am able to address one of the most asked questions over on Instagram and on YouTube, that why or how do I get my pens to write the way they do, or that to compare, and why I would rather spend extra on having nib work done on my pens. Um, these are pens with nibs that I haven't had done yet, and I have, on the other hand, the how it's gonna end up writing anyway. And maybe if I have this on video or on photos, next time someone asks, I have something a little more concrete to show and how to explain why I like go through all of this. So I'm gonna be doing writing samples of each at the back of this book, and this is the book that I've been using. And it's really, well, it's fine for 2024, but I intend on using this as an ink journal book and for writing samples as well. And maybe I could actually just keep it here in the same book, so that when people start asking or requesting how nibs look like, or how nibs write like, with specific nib grades in mind. I want to start off with Lamy because I never thought that I would be using Lamy again until they came out with colors like these. As well, if well, as you know, I got this sage one when I was in Calgary, and I was really, really happy to get this. And this is one of the latest acquisitions and hordes. This is the Lamy and Harry Potter series. And of course, I've always been Team Slytherin anyway. You're going to see it in an F nib because I have another Lamy pen like this one. I have this Lamy, and this had an yeah, I had this nib ground to a custom EEF, and I just switched it. And this is the stock extra fine that the Lamy has. Now I can actually write and compare and give you an idea just how different they are, and then you'll understand why I go through the trouble of having nibs done. You might think it's really not that bad, but if you have writing as small as I have, I still kind of find it too juicy for the way I want things to be done, which you're gonna see when I start writing using the Sage one, which I already had custom work done, and this is how it's gonna look like. Sorry, it got kind of blurred right there, but that's how different things are. And hang on, I'm gonna zoom it for you. I hope this gives you a better idea just how fine it is when I say I want it in extra, extra fine. So, yeah, these are the two lammies, and that's how it's going to end up looking like after getting nib work done. Another pen that I have been using often, Another pen that I have been using often are the Sailor Pro Gears, and this is what I have right here. I can't remember what colorway this is exactly, but I have contemplated on selling this because it's just way too happy green for me. But I don't know, I still kind of like it. I'm just not sure if I would actually use it because it still has the original nib, and I've never had it fixed just yet. So this is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and it comes in a medium fine nib, and this is what usually comes with the pens, like commonly. Anyway, yeah. So this is gonna be how the writing sample is gonna look like. Which is why I don't really use this, because obviously with how small my handwriting is, it just looks like ink blobs. And I really have a difficult time writing with something this thick, because I don't need my handwriting to be like in bold letters, if you know what I mean. This is the Sailor Manyo Chestnut. It's one of my favorite pens. I think I got a little pen happy. This is one of the pens that I bought this year, and this is going to be a writing sample for uh this is going to be a writing sample for a custom extra extra fine nib work. I think this is more obvious that the nib grades are very different, because at least from the Lamy point, it was an extra fine to an extra extra fine, but from the Sailor point, it was a medium fine to an extra extra fine. Let me zoom it for you. There. So again, you're gonna see just how thin I want my lines to be, but it is what it is. I also got next this green Twsbi Eco, and obviously I haven't had this nib done yet, and this is what I'm gonna be using to swatch um the Twsbies. If I'm not mistaken, Twsbies write really thick and juicy too. So I guess we're gonna see, because I don't remember how this is gonna look like, to be honest. So let's go. Oh yeah. Yep. It's thick and juicy, and this is an extra fine, I believe. Yeah, got this in extra fine, and it's really juicy. I think this was one of my first fountain pen brands, a Twsbi Eco, and I was really discouraged from using it, because it just didn't look nice when I started using it. But when I found out that you can have nibs done, I think that's when everything got crazy, and I just bought any pen that I really liked. And that is how I ended up with when I found out about nib smiths, I think that's how I ended up um buying fountain pens like crazy, because I no longer cared if it was too light. Sorry, I no longer cared if it was too thick or juicy. This is why I can't this is why I can't write and talk at the same time. I end up saying stuff, like random stuff, but I really have to write this first. So these are the stark differences between using a normal extra fine nib and between using an extra extra fine nib. So obviously, if you use something extra extra fine, please don't expect that you're gonna see sheening of inks, shading, and all that, because it's really just going to be basic, really thin lines. And just as maybe like an added point of comparison, if I was gonna use a pen that I didn't need to have like nibs worked on, I would likely suggest using the Pilot Vanishing Point. in extra fine because I think this is exactly how extra fine I want my pens to be. And I should just write a sample here since I don't really think that there's anything I would like, you know, writing finer lines than this one. So should have made it right first. Hang on. I really don't want to smudge stuff. So this is the pilot vanishing point in extra fine, and I haven't had anything done on this nib. So this is the original nib, and look how pretty it writes. If this doesn't look extra fine to you, I don't know what else or how else to compare what should be extra fine enough. I haven't been filming lately because Christmas has been crazy and busy and traffic and I don't know, everything's just happening all at the same time. So I haven't been able to shoot videos. I mean, I do have a couple of vlogs and all, but I'm not really sure if you guys are into that since it's a little more personal and stuff. Wanting to find out more about how nibs differ, I'm sorry I can't give you anything on medium, bold, and stuff like that because I don't even use those. But I hope this video helped, and I'll see you guys in the next. Bye.